Hey everyone, we got a fun show for you guys today. We got some fun stuff. We're going to talk about Jonathan Cooper. We're going to talk about the Broncos safety room, and we got some UFC, 250 freedom discussion. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for showing up. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 10 of Still Up Sports. We made it to 10 episodes. Who would have thought we would make it to 10? Just want to say my name's Cody Chapa. Welcome to Still Up Sports, guys. We are normalizing late night sports talk. We are trying to normalize it. Not many people even, stay up late night and talk about stuff. We're here. So welcome to Still Up Sports, guys. It is currently 1:51 a.m., Mountain Time. So if you are in Denver right now, it is 1:51 a.m., almost 2 a.m. Thank you for being here if you are with me. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, guys. It really helps. When you like and subscribe, you comment, it really tells YouTube to help me out. It tells everyone, check this guy out and, let's see what he's got to say. So thank you so much. If you guys were curious, we have a new backdrop. When I got off work, I literally went straight to my mailbox, did not know this was in there, and sure enough, it was there. That's what this is, guys. Look at that beautiful backdrop. This flag literally came today, and I just checked the mail like maybe 30, 40 minutes ago, and me and some family rushed to get this up. We rushed to get it up because you got to have it up for this stream. It's the 10th stream. We're going to go in this with some energy, and we're going to have some fun. No cat tree. I had to just rearrange stuff just to create some room for this. This flag is massive. It is massive, guys. It is huge. This flag is way bigger than I freaking thought. But I'm going to move out the way just so you can take a look, and I'm going to move the camera. So let's take a quick look, guys. Let's move this. Boom. Look at that, guys. Take a look. Look at that, guys. That's humongous. It's humongous. I had to flip the hats up just so we could fit it because it was that big. Look at it. So the hats are now up instead of facing down. They're now up. Look at that, guys. Humongous. And it was only, guess how much it was, guys? In the chat, let me know how much you think it was. Let me know how much you think that flag costed. I think it makes a great backdrop, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the chat, how that flag looks, because the creases will go away with time, but look at that. It is awesome. It's humongous. I'm sitting right by my logo, and this awesome logo, again, made by Amelia, on Twitter. Big shout out to her. But this is amazing. Lakeisha, hey. Hey, girl. Hey, girl, hey. Big shout out to the chat today. I appreciate everyone being here for my 10th stream. 10. Episode 10, I'm learning so much right now, guys. There's so much to do with the technology and like how to make a video, how a production looks, speaking to the camera, speaking to you guys. It's different, but it's definitely fun. I'm excited. I'm really happy to have this up here. This brings some new energy. Besides that, guys, the fact that I'm 10 in is awesome. Who would have thought? Because I never thought that I would even go in. No, the flag was not $80, lower. Yep, hashtag still up, drop still ups in the chat. We are still up. If you're awake right now, that means you're still up and you're going to listen to me ramble for some sports talk. But especially, you get to be here for the unveiling of this new backdrop, this huge flag, this huge still up sports flag, like 5x8 or something like that. Humongous flag. Check it out, guys. And yes, you see me rocking the Goonsville. I'm always rocking the Goonsville. You know, Greek Goonsville right now. The Greek Festival just happened in Denver. It's coming up in Vegas in September. I'm going to be there. I'm going to tear it up. And if Petros can't come, I'm going to go on his behalf and I'm going to tear it up. I would love if he showed up, though, because I need someone to guide me through the world of like Greek food, Greek music, all that stuff. Guys, just want to say, you know, big shout out to, you know, the New York Knicks. Holy crap, they pulled it off. You know, first win for a franchise to get there. You know, they haven't had, you know, a championship like that in 53 years since 1973. You know, the Knicks have not won a major championship since 73. I mean, 73. 53 years, guys. 53 years is crazy. They ended that drought. Big shout out to the Knicks. Also, I want to say, you know, we're very sad to hear about the passing of Aldon Smith over here, longtime 49er legend, defensive wrecking, you know, menace. I just want to say, you know, from my family to his, you know, we're sorry about, you know, your loss. And I loved Aldon Smith when I was really getting into football as a child. Don't get me wrong, I watched it a lot as a kid, but I did not lock in until like 2010, 2009, 2010, 2011 is when I really locked in. And I was a teenager, so, you know, can't blame me for not being locked in completely. I had a lot of stuff going on, but, you know, Aldon Smith was a big part on that defense, you know, next to Patrick Willis and, you know, so many great guys on that, you know, San Francisco 49ers team that went to that Super Bowl against the Ravens. So much shout out to Aldon Smith, you know, horrible for him and, you know, horrible to hear about his passing. You know, that man had 30 sacks in 27 games. So much love, you know, from Still Up Sports to Aldon Smith and to his family. Yeah, how about them Knicks? You know, I didn't really have a say in this fight, you know, from Spurs or Knicks. I wanted to see the team that had the longest drought, you know, win. I wanted to see that city win, and I'm really excited for Knicks fans. You know, really pumped for them that they get to celebrate this win. Yeah, R.I.P. to Aldon Smith. R.I.P. to Aldon Smith and his family. You know, 49ers legend. He just passed. The news came out today. That was shocking for me because I watched him a lot when I was a child. So it means a lot that there's so many people out there, you know, showing off his highlights and talking about, you know, all of his great sacks and all that. So, you know, much love to Aldon Smith. You know, I wanted to get those two pieces. Oh, one more. The Louisville Kings, I believe. I think that's the team. The Louisville Kings, you know, the UFL, you know, champions. You know, who would have thought? You know, they just shocked, you know, a lot of people beating Birmingham. But, you know, the UFL is changing the game with spring football. I'm enjoying spring football, and I'm enjoying watching the UFL, guys. I hope you guys start watching the UFL next season. They had 50 Cent at the halftime. Great. It was a real competitive game, real crazy game, some turnovers. It was exciting. The UFL is exciting. There's a lot of guys from this last UFL season that you're going to see make teams in the NFL this training camp. Yeah, I know. Very sad for Aldon Smith. We miss him. Much love to Aldon Smith, and we wish that you know, his family's doing well. Yep, guys, we're going to kind of let everyone work their way into the chat for a minute. I'm going to make a quick little post that we're live. But, yeah, guys, it is it was a weird day. You know, you got teams like the Knicks winning a championship, and then you immediately have you know, the sad news of Aldon Smith. And then now we're waiting to see how this next game with Carolina and the Knights goes. We're waiting to see how that goes. If Vegas can pull it off, they can head back to Carolina, go get that Game 7. We'll see. I'm just hoping for it to go down to Game 7 just for the suspense at this point. Absolutely. Don't worry about your messages, chat. You know, Lakeisha, thank you so much for being here. My mother, thank you so much for being here. Everyone who's here, you know, thank you so much for being here. I really do hope you guys like the new backdrop. Honestly, I think it changes and adds a different vibe. Just wait till we get a couch over here, guys. Tomorrow, by the way, a little bit of news. Before we get into our segments and stuff, because we are going to get into Jonathan Cooper. My last stream, we did cover the Jonathan Cooper situation with the Broncos. Things changed, you know, in that time, you know, I was talking about the new charges, but that same night, you know, he was arrested because he went to her house, and it sounds like that he contacted her. It sounds like that, you know, the cops were there waiting for him to show up. So It's one big mess. It's one big mess, and some of the stuff came out on the timeline all over the place with the Jonathan Cooper situation. But we're going to get into the Jonathan Cooper situation. We're going to get into the Broncos, safeties and their deep dive as we head into training camp, and we're going to talk about those Broncos safeties because it's an underrated duo. And then besides that, guys, we are going to get into UFC 250 freedom, not the political side. We're going to be all about fights. We're here for the fights, and that's what it's about. I'm going to do a watch along tomorrow, so I will be in here live streaming during the UFC 250 as to practice. It's a nice little test run for my for when I do watch alongs for these Broncos streams, guys. But yes, guys, I just want to say, if you want to pop in here tomorrow during the UFC fights, feel free to, because I'm all about the fight, all about the the game, and so I don't care if it's at the White House, it could be at the bottom of a sewer, it could be anywhere. I'll be there for the fights. So we're not going to get too political, and it's hard not to get political when it's sitting there on the White House, guys. I understand, but the fights are happening, no lawsuits stopping it. It's everything's a go. So in terms of we're all about the fights now. It doesn't matter. We're not making this political. We're going to be all about those fights, and I think tomorrow is a great way to practice for when we start doing watch-alongs during the regular season. Because when we start doing watch-alongs for the regular season, we're going to be doing watch-alongs for the Bronco games, but we're also going to be doing watch-alongs for like the Sunday night header, whatever that the primetime game is that night. Because we're going to do Bronco games and primetime. Unless Bronco are the primetime, then that's easy to knock out the park. Besides that, we're going to also. We're going to definitely try to get some people in here at one point. I'm trying to get the couch. Once I get the couch, I can invite some people over for some of these some of these watch-alongs, and it'll be a real cool vibe. We're going to go for maybe 2 hours tonight. I'm slowly learning like how I'm formatting these shows and stuff. I can go for 4 hours, 5 hours easy, but instead, we're going to try to just keep it short and format, and we'll grow. I'm really eyeing, not this week, but next week, I want to do a long stream just to really celebrate everything with this channel and see if I do, let me know in the chat right now or after the fact if you think that next weekend I should do a 24-hour stream, because if I do it, my goal for that stream is to hit 100 subs. We want to hit 100 subs. We're at 76. We were at 77 and we lost one. But sometimes that happens. Sometimes, for all you know, someone loses their YouTube account or deletes their accounts. So sometimes that you lose the sub that way. We never know, but I'm having a good time with it. Yeah, guys. So just let me see if anyone else is interested. If you are interested in me doing a 24-hour stream, I will do it. I think that's a great way to try to get over that hump instead of waiting. I think we're going to really be aggressive and try to get that 100. And I think that would be a fun swing, because I've already done 4-hour shows, and I think that's already pretty long, significantly long compared to most other sports streamers and Bronco streamers that go live, just by themselves. And eventually soon we're going to have guests on, and we're going to be on other shows, so that's going to be awesome, guys. Yes, if anyone is in the chat and is interested for a 24-hour stream, let me know, because I very much might just aim to try to do something similar to that. Hi, sweetheart. Yep, guys, we got a cat. We got a cat. Should I move the camera angle down to show the cat? You will see my notes in my phone if that's the case, but I will move the camera angle down if you want to see the cat. I know the cat tree's not here, and it changed up the view a little bit, changed up the vibe, but let me know if you want to see the cat as well, because I'll gladly let her on camera. She is the star of the show. She doesn't really have to do anything. I don't expect her to do anything. I wish my co-host, Apollo, I wish he would actually turn on the computer or load all this up for me, but he won't. All right, guys. So if you are interested in a 24-hour stream next week, let me know, because after the fact or now, just let me know, and I'll definitely consider it, because I want to get over that 100 mark fast. I want to be, before the season starts, I want us to be chasing 500. I want to hit 500 during the season. I think that would be a really cool thing to do, and that's why we're going to be doing watch-alongs during these UFC fights and everything else. So that's it. I'm going to make this quick little post on Instagram real quick and see if I can attract a few other people, or at least let some people know that I'm live, All right. All right, guys. I think I might change the camera angle a little bit just to let her on screen. I'm trying to type out this little Instagram post real quick before we get into this stuff. But yeah, the Jonathan Cooper thing changed, guys, and the Broncos need to make a move. Yep. Chat's saying show the cat. Yeah, thank you, Lakeisha. I appreciate you for being in here. You know, just having the support. You're awesome. Just for Lakeisha, you know, fly Eagles fly. You know, fly Eagles fly for Lakeisha. Oh yeah, guys. You know, this Instagram post, you know, cooked up a real heater, you know. Live now with the eyes emoji and a, you know, explanation point like 5 times. Oh yeah, that's gonna draw them in, right? Yes, we'll move on from Cooper in a second. I just need to, because of the fact that on the last stream I didn't get to cover the new part. I'm covering the new part because I got a few talking points on that, such as, like, you know, the replacement, and that's part of the discussion too. So part of this Cooper discussion isn't necessarily negative, because I think no matter what, he's getting cut. If the Broncos don't cut him, it's bad. And you know, I'll slowly work my way into this Cooper discussion now, honestly. So in terms of the fact that you know, when we talked last time, guys, Jonathan Cooper was only being charged with, you know, a felony, you know, for strangulation. Those charges came in, but when we went off the air, it turns out that just a few hours before, he was arrested because he went all the way to her house. He blew her phone up like 20 times with texts, with calls, some of them asking for sexual favors, and apparently the cops were waiting for him. And, you know, he went to jail. And now he's been arrested twice in 1 week. So because of that, guys, I think, yes, time to move on from Cooper. Yes, you're right in the chat. You're right. I understand what you mean now. Yes, I think it's time to make the move from Cooper. Just get rid of this bad publicity. That's not Bronco behavior. Anyone who knows anything would say that's not Bronco behavior, and we want him out. I want him out. It makes me feel icky. You know that word, guys? Icky? That's how it makes me feel. It makes me feel really gross when we have to talk about this. And he admitted that he grabbed her and he strangled her. Oh, and then he grabbed her by the throat. So, you know, I am done on Jonathan Cooper. And in terms of what we're going to do with, you know, that position, you know, there's some great conversation still once we make the move. We can't fully enjoy that discussion about what's going to happen until we make the move off of them. But I will say this, the first statement from the Broncos was really like PR trained, like, you know, we're just going to, you know, see how this goes. We're going to see how this plays out, and we're just going to, you know, let the league do its thing, yada, yada, yada. This time it came out as like, yeah, we're very disappointed to hear about this kind of Jonathan Cooper stuff. So, you know, the disappointed part, I mean, hopefully that's a sign, you know, that they make the move. No one wanted this. Everyone was expecting Coop to be a big part of this team and to still be a part of this team. And for this to happen, guys, it's really ugly. It's really messy. I don't find it fun. I really think that him and Benito are a great duo. Great duo. And again, I talk about high motor guys. I love a pass rusher or a D lineman with a high motor where you just keep going and keep going. You've been thrown on your ass 2 or 3 times in the play, and you get back up over and over, and you're still chasing it, and you're running sideline to sideline. I love high motor guys, and Cooper is a high motor guy. Cooper does not take plays off. But, you know, too bad. You know, this team needs to make that move, and I'm glad this will be my final conversation on Jonathan Cooper until the day that hopefully they cut him, because I think he's already had Broncos country turn on him. And if you're the management ownership, you know, if you're Sean, you see this and you see this response and you just make the move. It's just the best bet. And how you go about fixing that and replacing him, completely different. Yeah, guys, I totally forgot to change the camera and show the cat, so we're going to change the camera and show the cat. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, sweet lady indeed. All right, guys. Let's see, can you see her? No. Let's move this right here. Ooh. Okay, you can't see her because she's laying down. She doesn't want to stand up straight. Let's see. We'll put it all the way down for a second. See, I try to avoid this part of the TV, you know, and the monitor. Hold on. Let's try a different angle. Let's go in more. Okay. And then down. There you go, guys. It's not bad, right? It's a little lower than I would like, but I think this will do for now. We'll turn it a little better, a little more. Okay. Yeah, guys, this backdrop is gonna need some work on both sides. I gotta do more. Yeah, you can see her now, guys. We'll leave her like that for now. And see that, boom, Denver Broncos. All right, so we'll leave her right there, guys, and we'll get into this Cooper stuff again and finish out that Cooper discussion. Let me know in the chat or after the fact, what do you want with this Cooper situation, guys? Obviously, I think a lot of us have decided we moved on. We have moved on from, yeah, I think we've moved on. All right, she got her attention, guys. I don't want to really do that. We'll pull the camera up more. There we go. All right. If she wants attention, guys, she can sit on my lap, and then she can hop on the camera. Because I am wearing shorts, and I'm not going to blind you guys with my knees. All right, guys. So, another thing, with him doing all this, he's done replacements. Do you think the replacement's on the team? I think the replacement very much might be on the team. I think it sounds like they really like the idea of rotating a lot of young guys. Yeah, he needs to go. It looks bad for the team. It looks bad for them if he stays. Yeah, I think that, even if they do it before the trial, I'm done. I'm done. The Broncos fans shouldn't have to wait on some trial. We should be done with this. This franchise is deserving of better and of higher standards, so we should want more. And I want more. I'm done with having this discussion. So the only time I want to have this discussion again is when we're talking about them moving off of them, and that's all I hope for. All right. Honestly, guys, besides, we're done. All right, so let's move off of Cooper. Talking about Cooper, let's talk about replacements. Do you want Vaughn? Do you want Cam Jordan, or do you think it's someone on the team? Because a lot of people do. Q Robinson, a lot of people are really talking about him. Man, Q Robinson's got some really big hype. The man is big. He was a long-time starter. Like he was a starter on that Alabama team. Has some solid reps in him. I think that he could be a future. He could be the future. Jonah Ellis could be the future. You got guys like that's the battle. Before training camp, I was not excited for the edge battle. I thought because it was all set. Before training camp, the battles I wanted to see was tight end, inside linebacker, maybe a little bit of that safety. I do have safety as this discussion next. So I did want safety, but also at the same time, guys, I really, really wanted to get myself some of those training camp battles, especially, the D-line, the tight end and the edge, not the edge, tight end and inside. So I never once thought about edge, and here we are talking about edge. So I think edge competition now is like one of the biggest, camp battles. It went from not being a big discussion, and now it's a big discussion. So it's great. All right, sorry guys, I had to have some Red Bull. Yeah, so my mother wants Vaughn. Yes, he eats quarterbacks for breakfast. He had one more sack than Jonathan Cooper last year. Make with that what you want, guys. I know that he's a backup. I think that if you did get Vaughn, Vaughn said it himself that, like, he won't play special teams. He's not a starter. He played like 35 something percent of the snaps last year for Washington. I don't think he needs to be a starter, but I think he could play 45% of those snaps. He can play some of those snaps, and then they can rotate him out with some of those younger guys. Yeah, guys, I think that there's a good chance that you do have the fix on the team right now. If you have the fix on the team right now, it's going to be one of those young guys, and they're going to battle it out. And when they battle it out, it's going to be exciting if they don't have Vaughn in that room. But if they do have Vaughn, you got another exciting part, because you're like, oh, what is he going to let these guys learn? What is he going to teach them? So no matter what, it's a win-win. Either way, you get you get these young guys a bunch of snaps, or if Vaughn comes in, you get Vaughn mentoring these guys, and that's a win too, no matter what. So I'm fine with whatever. I would love to see Vaughn back in blue and orange one more time. I think he deserves a final year, and I think this is the year to do that. Why not? Why not make that move and bring Vaughn in? Let him mentor some of these young guys. Let him be the DeMarcus Ware to Nick Bonito that Ware was to him. Bonito could probably learn quite a bit from Vaughn. And Bonito is our Vaughn. He's our Vaughn on this team right now. And, our wrecking machine. And I just wish I could see Bonito close more, like how Vaughn was a closer. Oh, here she is, guys. I told you, if she wants to come on screen, she can come sit over here. Let's see. Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh, come on. Yep, okay. She don't want to. She just wants to lay there. Here, hold on. You hear her, guys? Yeah, sweet old lady. Sweet old lady. She was saying that I think she wants Vaughn too, so I think she agrees. She gives some solid sports takes, guys. She's an old lady cat, so she's been watching, for a while. Yeah, she's been watching for a good bit. But no, I'm fine with whatever happens with this Vaughn discussion, guys. Yay or nay, I'm excited either way. It's a win-win. Do I think that now there's a hole? Yeah, because I think that there you could fit a vet in there now, or you could use a vet now. Coop was that vet, Nick is that vet. I think you could use a vet in that room. So maybe that's where we go from there on this. Jonathan Cooper discussion is we end it off right there with. We'll just say from my perspective, I'm down with both. Whether Vaughn comes back or not, I'm happy with it, because either those young guys are going to get all those reps, or I think Vaughn can come back and get more. I think he can do more than 35%. Doesn't have to be 50. I think you can get him up in there more. Could use him more. I think he can be more of a teacher at times too. But I would just love to see him in blue and orange one more time. But either way, I'm pro either way. Yes or no. There's nothing. You can't go wrong in this situation by bringing Vaughn in and letting him mentor these guys. And you can't go wrong by having Vaughn there and just letting him, even if you don't bring Vaughn in, they get all those snaps. So there's no problems there, guys. All right, so we're going to make a move over here, guys. And we are going to give a big shout out to Goonsville. You see it on me right now, guys. Goonsville right here. Goonsville clothing. If you want to look good and own your craft, do it in Goonsville. Goonsville just makes you feel so good, man, and you look so clean every time. It doesn't matter what you're wearing, what style you're wearing. You could be wearing the Greek with the Broncos colorway. They all look good together, no matter how you mix them. They look great. So definitely, go check out Goonsville. Here we are right here on the website. Look at all these awesome clothes. I have, the St. Patrick's Day shirt. I love it. I need to get me a few more shirts. I know I got to get me that Greek shirt. So Petros, if you're listening, man, I want that Greek shirt. I need some shirts because I live out in the desert, man. The only time I can wear this hoodie or these hoodies is when I'm chilling in here and relaxing, unless I go somewhere where it's actually cold. So, look at this, guys. That's the Perseverance line. Petros is very proud of that one. I'd be proud too. Look at that. Just so clean. You know, he knows what he's doing. You know, he makes some of the swaggiest clothes out there. You know, that Perseverance hoodie is great. You know, go get the 10% off on the website. It's a great deal. But yeah, see, this is Petros right here, guys, man. Amazing businessman. Look at all these amazing people that be repping, you know, the Goonsville. Why would you not want to rep Goonsville? You know, it's all about, you know, supporting people, owning your craft. You know, goons got goons. We all got each other. You know, we're all about supporting each other and loving what we do. So if you're in here, if you're watching now, if you're watching after the fact, go check out Goonsville. You know, and maybe tell, you know, Petros that Cody sent you. You know, tell him that, you know, I sent you. You know, say what's up. You know, tell him keep going. You know, say goons got goons. You know, and he'll gladly say it back because that's exactly what we do and what he does. And you'll never know who can be wearing Goonsville, guys. Whether it's combat sports athletes, whether it's, you know, podcast hosts, whether it's, you know, motocross athletes, you never know who's going to be repping Goonsville. Goonsville is on everyone. So just go check out Goonsville, guys. You won't regret it. You'll look cool. You got some sweet embroidered, you know, beanies, hoodies, hats. I got me this awesome hat right here. I mean, this awesome beanie right here, guys. I got the Greek Goonsville hat on right now. I got a merch corner right here, guys. We're going to show you the Greek, we're going to show you the merch corner real quick. Take a look at the merch corner. All right, guys, you can see it right there. There's that merch corner right there. You can see it. Bam. You know, totally got the hats, you know, the hoodie, the beanies. Goonsville's got something for everyone. So if, you know, if you know someone that's looking for, you know, a gift, or you're looking to get a gift for someone, you know, maybe go get them some clean clothing. You won't regret it, guys. So, you know, go check out Goonsville. Goonsville is friends to us at Still Up Sports. You know, Petros is family. So go check out Goonsville. Go support Petros. Go get some of these beanies. They got some great deals still. You know, they got some of these ones over here, $20 just for the standard ones, the same mesh. Go get the 2-panel mesh. You know, that's the one I just showed you. Great for cold weather. Go get these, guys. All right, and we'll pop over here later at the end for another shout out, and we'll go check out the catalog a little bit more. While we're here, guys, let's go check out the social platforms and let's see if we can see how far we've grown. We're at 91 followers on Twitter, guys. Let's go get 100. 9 away. Let's go get some of these Twitter followers, guys. It'd be awesome if we could do that. It'd be just cool, you know, to reach 100, because we're going to be we're creeping up on 100 on YouTube, and we're trying. 100 is a great goal for everyone. If anything, I got a big milestone that we can celebrate, is that we just literally reached like 1,000 watch hours. Yeah, we just reached like 1,000 watch hours on YouTube, so that's awesome. That's probably through everything, like shorts and all the streams. But either way, that just means that, you know, it's because of you guys and all the support from viewers like you at home. So thank you so much. Every one of you that supports me, you know, I probably have met you or talked to you at one point at this point with how many subs we do have. But, you know, I'm grateful for all the support, guys. You guys are amazing. I can't just say anything else, but like, I'm grateful for you guys. You know, you guys have done some awesome stuff, and I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. So I did make a post today talking about going live for UFC tomorrow. All right. So, yes, we are going live for UFC tomorrow, guys. It's going to be our first watch along. We're going to get some practice, and we're going to get some good practice while also enjoying a sport we love, and waiting for, you know, these Broncos watch alongs to start to happen once they begin. But yeah, we're going to be watching, you know, the UFC tomorrow. So, you know, just stay tuned. Yeah, guys. So if you are on Twitter, go check out Twitter. You know, we're at 91 followers. Go get us up. All right, YouTube, 76. Yep, 76 right now. If you're watching right now or after the fact, make sure you like, subscribe, comment on YouTube, or on all the platforms. It helps no matter what. But we're at 76 right now, so we're 24 away. I think if we'll see where we're at, but either way, I think if we need to next week, we'll go for fucking. Oh! I swore. I'm not supposed to swear, guys. I swore. Hold on. I can't believe I just swore. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't have a little jar to put money in, because I swore. So, sorry for that. But yes, so go get us to 76. I'll see where we're at, and if I have to, I'll make it work, and we'll do a 24-hour stream if we have to bump ourselves up that. Because I'll do it for 24 hours. I just want to try to do it once I have everything switched over on StreamYard. Because if I switch it over on StreamYard, then 24 hours on multiple platforms, that might help with that growth. So thank you guys to anyone who's been supporting on YouTube. Go check out YouTube. We just got this awesome backdrop. Let me know what you think about the backdrop. In the comments. I want to know what you guys think. It's awesome. I don't know if I said the price. I did ask the chat earlier to guess the price, but it was literally $30. $30 for a double-sided flag of my logo. So I've bought 100 stickers for $25. So for this flag for $30, great deal. And it's thick. It's a thick material. They got the logo just right. It looks perfect. I love it. But yes, go check us out on YouTube. All right, Instagram, guys, we're at 106. Maybe I'll do a cleanup and get rid of some of the bots. But I think that either way, to be over 100, that's awesome. We're working on our way over there, guys. So come check us out on Instagram. If you are on Instagram, we are on Instagram as well. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, and we are on Twitter. So we're on multiple platforms. Next few platforms we're going to try to get onto is Patreon. And besides that, we're going to definitely try to get onto probably Twitch or something, or something when we start live streaming. Because when we start live streaming gaming, every once in a while we'll do some gaming, and we'll want to be on multiple platforms for that one as well. But yeah, so go check us out on Twitter, and then last one real quick, guys, and then I'll pop over and check the chat. 26 followers on TikTok. TikTok's been slow. Hop over on TikTok if you are on TikTok. And go follow. We're only at 26. Go be 27. Why not? You could be number Steve Atwater. Why not be the Steve Atwater of TikTok for me? That would mean a lot. All right, guys. So now that we did that, and we gave ourselves a little shout out, we checked out everything. We're gonna jump back over here to me, so I can look at you. Absolutely. We got a lot going on in the chat. Let's see. All right. My mother says, love the quality of and looks of Goonville. It's fire. I need the Greek with the... yeah. Yep, you need the Greek Goonsville, shirt. Yep, I agree. And need it to go with the hoodie and the hat. I do too. I need the hat. I need the hoodie. I at least need the T-shirt, because if I get the T-shirt, I can take it with me when I'm wearing, at the Greek festival. Yeah, Petros' family, Goons is got Goons. Thank you, chat. Showing the love for Petros. That post that I did say I was going to post on, Instagram, literally started making it, did not finish it, guys. We're almost an hour into this, and we're going to go maybe for another hour-ish. I don't want to go too long because of the fact that we're going to do a watch-along later today, and I would like to get some sleep because I got some things I got to do before then, too. All right, guys. All right, I got that. I had to get that post out now because if not, I was gonna forget. So I just put a post out right now on Instagram. All right, guys. We got another discussion coming up, but I just want to let the chat talk for a second. We're going to get some vibes going, see what people are talking about. And yes, guys, we are going to start doing guests. Petros will be our first guest. He's just been very busy, and I wanted to wait a few weeks just so he can have a little more availability. And whether me and him have to record something, and and just do it that way, and then air it, after the fact, or if we have to do something live, we'll make it work. Sometimes he's getting the workout and getting that swollen, getting that pump. But we put on, and we put on, that. All right, guys. That's probably my favorite word is all right, guys, or saying, but you get what you get, guys. You get me right now. No one else is upstreaming. I know that it's a rough project right now. It's a rough product as well, and it's gonna get better though. And I'm excited just with what we've done and how fast we've grown since February. And who knows? I got big plans and aspirations for the next few years. I've talked to just a few people about what I want to do, and I got big plans. Even if this first year or so is going to be rough, I think that it's going to be fun too. Hold on, guys. I'm calling a play. Let me call this play real quick. Spider XY Banana. No, sweet girl. Sorry, guys. I'm petting a cat. She's melting into my arms. She's just being so sweet. Gotta enjoy cat time. I worked today, guys. Today was supposed to be my day off. I took some overtime, then told myself, I'll still go live. I wasn't even planning on going live. I was going to do the watch along tomorrow, which we're still doing, for the UFC 250 Freedom. But besides that, I really had it in my mind that, we weren't going live tonight. But I just wanted to do something anyway. It's always good to do it, and it's a great time to celebrate episode 10, especially because this came right on time. So maybe it was a sign that we went live just so we could see this banner, because this banner's awesome. I love it. All right, guys, you ready to get into our next subject? Because our next subject will be Broncos safeties. We're almost an hour in on this, but if you have anything on your mind, chat, let me know. Drop it in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. You just let me know what you got going on in your mind, what questions you have, whether it's UFC, whether it's Broncos. You just tell me, and I'll answer it for you, as long as it's appropriate, of course, guys. Don't be sickos. No sickos in the chat, please. All right, guys. So we're going to get into this next chat, and this chat is about the Broncos safety room. So we're going to jump over here to Spot Track real quick and go to screen capture. All right. Here's your safeties, guys. Those are your Broncos safeties on the roster right now. Let me know what you think about them. I think I'm excited for you to see Huff and Brandon Jones together again. See those two together for another year. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Huafunga coming back without a club. I think that did play a factor in some of his interceptions. Some of them were easy interceptions, and he dropped them. And even he may have not had the club, but he did say that wearing the club may have affected his depth perception. And maybe that's why some of those did not, come through with him, because he did wear the club the year before, and he was saying that wearing the club, threw him off a little bit. And Talanoa will even tell you that he could have done better. So with that being said, I definitely agree that maybe he could have came down with one or two of those picks, but at the same time, I'm not too worried about him. I think that he's going to come down with one or two more this year. I'm really excited to see that. And with Brandon Jones, guys, I think Brandon Jones obviously the more has more to discuss, especially because him being on it being a contract year. But I do think that him coming back from injury and it being a contract year, don't be surprised if this man plays like an All-Pro. He's going to play like an All-Pro. And whether he earns an extension from the Broncos or he earns a contract from someone else, it's going to be a big contract and a big extension. So I give nothing but props to Brandon Jones because he's going to come back hungry. He probably thinks that he could have helped in that in those games, in those playoff run. He probably thinks there's more he could have done, and who knows? But I think that having him back, big deal, and to have year two of these two guys together, and healthy like this. Hopefully, going into each other healthy and staying healthy. That's what we want, and we want them both to stay healthy. We don't want to see that room get thin and have to play like have this Justin Simmons discussion towards the end of the year. We don't want to have that discussion at all, and we all know that that's something that's in the back of our minds because Jay Sims even said it himself. He is in playing shape. He trains and stays in playing shape, but he's retired. But because he lives in Denver and he loves Denver, he is very much like on call. So if you need Jay Sims, Jay Sims is there. He is ready for you. I do think that Jay Sims is he's the one that you got people that are gonna clamor for if you see, let's say, knock on wood, Talanoa or Brandon get hurt. You don't want that. Imagine if both. That would be horrible. But who understands this Vance Joseph defense? Justin Simmons does. Who would be probably pretty affordable, especially in a pinch? Just give him some straight, guaranteed money. Justin Simmons probably would be. Who I think could, of any free agents out there, could slide in and actually perform at a high level, with just maybe a few weeks in the system? I think it's Justin Simmons. So my point is, guys, and this is not a shot at this room. It's a solid room, and there's going to be some great competition here. You got the young guys. You got two rookies, and Miles Scott and Parker Robertson. You got two rookies. You got a special teams ace from the Bengals and Tyson Anderson, whose birthday was yesterday. So happy birthday, Tyson Anderson from Stelp Sports. Besides that, you got a Devon Key, who was an all-pro special teamer last year. All-pro. And then you got a J.L. Skinner. You got a J.L. Skinner who is growing and getting better. I think that maybe it's not super fast, maybe not the speed that people wanted, but one would argue that looking last year, maybe he did get a little better. He's still not the guy that you want out there. You don't want him out there playing, as your starting safety, but he's shown some progress, especially towards maybe being better on special teams, being a solid special teams contributor. So you got some great discussion there. Between Parker Robinson, Miles Scott, Devon Key, J.L. Skinner, Tyson Anderson. We know that the locks. We know who our locks are. Oh, yep, she has something to say. Hold on. What do you think about the safety room? Who do you think is gonna make this team? Did Tom Brady deflate those balls? Yeah. No, she said don't even have to discuss that. We know he did. All right. No, but this room, guys, we already know that it's locked down with BJ and Talanoa as the starters. But how do you feel about these depth guys? Who do you like? Devon, he had a solid year. He had some solid stats. When he did play, of any of them, one would argue that he should probably be, your third safety automatically. And I agree with that completely because of him being an all-pro at special teams. I think Devon's obviously your third safety. So that's my opinion. Your top three, it's obvious. I think your discussion is when you get in the 4 or if you go 5. If you do 5, I think that you could get a few of these guys on the practice squad. You could slip 2 of them on there if you wanted to, I think, maybe. But I'd want Devon on this team. So then you're really thinking, is it JL? Is it Miles? Is it Parker? Those are your safeties. Who do you think makes this team at safety, guys? Let me know in the comments who you think makes this team. Because when I look at it, guys, there's... and we're not looking at this from a cat perspective. I just have it pulled up like this so we can see their names. But I do have... you have a Devon Key, and his brother is at camp, I believe. I believe he was there. I believe he was one of our UDFA's wide receiver. I'm trying to remember where his brother played, but he was a wide receiver. But no, Devon, I think that he's your third safety, so no question there. What do you guys think? Is it going to be one of those 2 rookies, or is it JL? Because I like the tenacity, or at least some of the energy. I like that Miles play. I think Miles plays a little bigger than he really is. I don't know much about Parker. I really don't know much about Parker Robertson, and that's on my fault for not doing the research. I feel like I should have done a little more research on him. I would have to go back in after the stream because I'm going to be up for a few hours still, just getting a few things done. That way I can take a nap and then get ready and lock in for that stream. Because when I do that stream, I got to get some stuff ready in here, guys, because I'm going to be watching. I may be eating. We're going to do whatever. I do want to see about... I did message someone and see if they want to come over and watch the fights, so we'll see. If not, I'll watch the fights in here by myself, and that's fine. Yep. Hi, sweetheart. Yep, she's being sweet, guys. She's just being a sweet old lady. Hold on. Let me jump over here, guys, real quick. Let me see what you guys are up to and what you're saying. All right. All right. Yep. Yep. Definitely hit the like. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button like you're Steve Atwater and you see Christian Okoye staring you down from that other side of that defense. And just go smash that like button like it's Christian Okoye's face, guys. Yeah, so we are in almost an hour, guys. Almost an hour. And that being said, I'm grateful for you guys all being in here. We did talk Jonathan Cooper for a second. We talked about him for a little bit. We don't want to talk about Cooper anymore. We don't think that it's needed anymore. But one thing I do think is that you're moving on from him. You should be moving on from him at least. And besides that, guys, I do think that... I think that maybe the fix is already on this team. If you really do choose to go out of your way and go get Vaughn, so be it. But if you also want to maybe make the move on like a Cam Jordan, do it. If you think you don't need to at all and you are locked and loaded with that room and just giving them all more reps, do it. I'm all for it. I just want to see some aggressiveness in whatever the decision is. So if you go get Vaughn, be aggressive with how you use Vaughn. And, more than 35% of the snaps. I'm not saying over 50, 55. I'm just saying like 45, maybe 46, 47. Just play him a little more. I think there's sometimes you can get a little more out of Vaughn. Vaughn is looking great. He's looking great. He had 9 sacks last year. Coop had 8. That's a great discussion right there. Some people don't want to, see it that way, but at the same time, there's a reason Vaughn is playing, as a backup, not as a starter, and that's because he has taken a step. Anyone who thinks Vaughn has not taken a step and that he'll come in here and be like Super Bowl 50, they're wrong. He's not going to come in and be like Super Bowl 50. He's going to come in and be maybe like a DeMarcus Ware would be. That's it. Literally, that's the best comp, and that's what you'd want from him, and that's what I think you'd ultimately want from this team. All right, guys, we're going to move this camera just one more time just so I can show more of this flag. I want to show off this flag more, guys. Here we go. Alright. Yeah, but I like that. I like that, guys. Alright. Yeah, I'm very proud, very happy of this backdrop. It was the best $30 I could spend, and they make all kinds of stuff, guys. I can have something else cool made at one point, so I'm loving this. One thing I've enjoyed about Still Up is being able to like create my sets or rearrange things, and I think this makes a great set piece. At one point, when I move this light and this camera back, it does show my 2 screens, the back of my 2 screens right here, and I don't like that because it cuts out part of what you see. But, we're going to still need to have this view because soon we're going to get a couch right here. And when we have a couch right here, we're going to fit 1 or 2 guests on the camera with us. And eventually we're going to have another mic maybe on the other side. That would be nice, right? We're just trying to get a little better every day. I say that often, and I do mean that. If I can get one thing done every day, I feel like I've won and accomplished something at this early stage of what I'm doing, guys. This sometimes it comes with a little stress or anxiety, being like, oh, I gotta go on camera, I gotta talk, I have to, do my best to actually sound or look like something I'd want to listen to, and sometimes I'm my biggest critic, but I do enjoy this flag. I do enjoy the idea of trying to build the set out more and having guests in here. That's something I would really love, is to have some guests in here while we stream. But yeah, everyone that showed up today, my mom, Lakeisha, I appreciate you guys. Lakeisha's amazing neighbor. Rob, Eagles fan, Lakeisha, Eagles fan. Fly Eagles fly, guys. Got nothing but love for them. Let's see, guys. So we are just about to go over an hour, I believe. And that's fine, because we do have... we're going to continue a little bit more into that safety talk soon. Besides that, we are going to definitely get into the UFC, 250 Freedom, while also talking about how these watch-alongs may look and how the format may go. Because I do want to have guests over, and I do want to... Sorry, guys. I think I definitely have a right to be on tonight, just because I worked when it was going to be my night off and my body's out of sync. But no, I do think that with these watch-alongs, I think they're going to be fun. I think you guys are going to get to see a little more relaxed version, because there's not going to be a script at that point. So I'm literally just sitting here reacting to the chat, just reacting to the sports. So at times, even if there's not much of a chat in here, I can still just talk, or I can still just sit and react, because I have the TV right here. So I can be sitting right here watching, and then, crazy stuff. So, I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to give this, practice run with the UFC stuff, or whatever is available on the weekends. I try to do, if especially in the NFL off season. During the NFL season, I'm going to be locked into I'm either watching and reacting to Bronco games here, or I'm at a Bronco game, which is and in Denver. I will be in Denver for the November 1st game, the Chiefs game, and the bye week. So at least I'm not going to be missing stuff. And at least in November, you'll know that for that week or so, I may not post as much. I'm going to try to be out there, and I'm still going to try to rack up some interviews and stream, and maybe do a show or two. Depends on how the hotel Wi-Fi is going to be. But I do want to do some stuff out there in Denver and film with you guys. Besides that, with me being out there for 2 weeks, I am thinking about just, because I'm going to pick a day, and I'm probably just going to chill at City Park all day. So if anyone is in Denver, I'm going to pick a nice, beautiful day, and we'll just chill at City Park. We'll just pull up, hang out. We'll have a picnic. We'll do whatever we want, or throw the football. Whatever happens, happens. Because I wanted to spend a day at City Park last time. I did go to the zoo for a little bit. I didn't even get to do all of the zoo. So I want to do all of the zoo this time. Besides that, I'm just trying to, go out to the natural science and, the nature and science museum that they have there. I want to explore the park. I want to hang out at the park. There's a lot that I want to do when I'm in Denver still. But there's also a lot that there's a lot that I have planned that is just unofficial, because mostly I only have 4 things that's going to be officially planned. Besides that, some of it's just living like I'm a local almost, because I just want to go out and just eat, or just chill, go to different restaurants, just to enjoy the city more. I got to enjoy it for 5 to 7 days last time. I want to do it for a whole 12 to 14 days this time. Just because I love the city. I love the people in Denver. Denver felt like home. Yes, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. I know. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the chat about that safety room and the Jonathan Cooper situation. Who do you want to replace Cooper, or do you think the replacement's on the team already? And then when it comes to the safety room, I want to know what you guys think, because I do think that the safety room is a great discussion. I think you can have it your way when it comes to that, and just see how it plays out. Because, in my opinion, your top 3, and that should be easy, is Talanoa, Brandon, and Devon. But then do you think I want to see how this plays out in camp and hear how these guys are doing. Because Skinner, he looked like he took a little bit of a step up last year. Besides that, you got 2 rookies. So I really want to see how these guys play and bounce off of each other. Yeah, thank you to anyone who's here. It is currently 2:52 in the morning a.m. 2:52 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you to anyone who's up. I know that it's hard to be up at this time, but thank you for being still up. We're still up because you're still up, and because I'm still up, we get to talk about sports. So here we are, talk about sports right after work. Just going and going. No matter how rough this is, we're going to get better, and it's going to look so cool once we get our legs underneath us, and we know everything about this technology that we can do, and once we know what we're doing, completely with some of this stuff. I do have a Garrett Bowles that video. It's 45% done. This last week was crazy for me, guys, and I literally took some time off and didn't even touch the computer. The computer stayed off for a few days, so I'm back at it now. I'm going to save the Garrett Bowles video maybe for next week, honestly, just for if I do that 24-hour stream. I think that's the best time to air a Garrett Bowles video, because at least that's 20 minutes. That's 20 minutes or so, and if I aired that video on stream, I can at least use that time to, take a break without having to send you guys to a be right back screen. So we're going to save the Garrett Bowles video because it's still not done. Last week was a rough week for me, so I'm doing better. My family's doing better. We miss Domino, but Domino's, he wouldn't want us to slow down. He'd want us to keep going. So here we are, and we're just talking safeties right now. I will say Tyson Anderson and Devon Key give me similar vibes. What Tyson Anderson was as a special teamer for the Bengals is very similar to what Devon was as a special teamer for the Broncos. Both of them occasionally showed little flashes on defense as well, tiny little flashes. So I think that Tyson and I wouldn't be surprised if you just go like with a safety room of Talanoa, Brandon, Devon, and Tyson, and then maybe you throw. I don't know if you go 4 or 5 deep here, but maybe you go throw 1 or 2 of those other guys on the practice squad. I don't know. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Definitely engaged, so I know what you guys think about that stuff. And so maybe we'll end the safety discussion there. This stream doesn't necessarily have to go for too long, just because of the fact that we're going to really go long tomorrow. Because I will do a watch along, and then I'll do a reaction stream right after. I'm going to get the playlist set up on YouTube too, so like these late night streams will be in their own playlist, and then anything after will be in its own separate playlist. I'm going to try to get some thumbnails and stuff going this next week too. This is why I'm saying, wait till I get my feet under me, guys. Wait till I know how to do this thing or that thing. Wait till I'm streaming full time with guests. Wait till I get some guests in other countries talking with me. I got a few people that seem interested in other countries that want to talk to me. There's not just Broncos Europe. Broncos Europe, they know that whenever they're ready, whenever I'm ready, let's make it happen. And I got you guys. If you need an American correspondent, I got you guys. I'll gladly report on your behalf. I'll gladly, contract myself out to you. And I ain't expecting nothing, just, the joint venture of covering it for us both. I am going to try to cover the Sac Summit, guys. I'm trying to get credentials. There's only so much I can do, but I'm going to try and keep figuring it out. I'm sending emails. I'm doing stuff I can. I don't have many links, that I think can try to hook me up and get me connected to this. And I'm not trying to, I'm not making no one put their neck out on me yet. I'm still at the stage where I'm trying to hustle and bustle and do a lot of this stuff my own. That's why a lot of these subs are here, because I've made sure to get them myself, or hustle and get them myself. So I do think that with this channel, we are eventually going to be at a point where soon we'll do our first stuff with other players, or retired players, or former players, or coaches, or who knows. Definitely with fans still too, but this is only episode 10. Wait till we're at episode 100. I guarantee you, before 50, I'm trying to get a big time interview with a player or a former player. But before then, and hopefully in the next 5 or 6 streams, we've gotten our first guest on, which will be Petros. And then besides that, we're going to start as soon after Petros happens is when we're going to start doing stuff with other shows and stuff like that. I mean, in terms of them coming on my show or being on my show. I have no problem hopping on anyone else's show or anyone else's content right now. I've already, with Slanted Uptown on Instagram, I've already been quoted on there. So I have no problem working with other creators and doing stuff like that. I just am not having guests on my show, at least until Petros is on, because by then I will have StreamYard set up. I'm just on Streamlabs right now. And from what I hear, StreamYards is easier to do, with the, the multiple people stuff. But I do have people, Broncos Europe, they know that down the line, whenever we're ready, when they're ready, it's going to happen. And then, I got some other, sports fans, Broncos fans in other countries that I may have been talking to 1 or 2 people in South or Central America. I may have been talking to 1 or 2 people, in a different hemisphere. So we'll see, guys. That's all stuff, that's long term in the future. And this is all tiny stuff. These are all seeds that we plant. And I think we're going to tear it up in Denver. Who knows what's going to happen in Denver. I'm excited to see some of these guys that I watch and enjoy on Instagram in Denver. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to meet some of these guys when I go back to Denver. I can't wait to meet all the goons. All the Goonsville, all the goons in Denver. Man, I can't wait. But yeah, guys, if you have an opinion on that safety room, let me know. I think you could probably get away with going 4 and just put 1 on the practice squad. That's what I would do, just to save room for other positions that you want to go deeper on. I totally go 4 at the safety, and that's just because I may be a little naive to not expect an injury, but I got this good vibe about, like, I think we're going to see a great year between Talanoa and Brandon just working together. I think that they play off each other really well, and they're very interchangeable. And I think that you saw this defense dial it back just a pinch at that safety spot, obviously, with Brandon gone. So I'm excited to see Brandon back. All right, guys, we're going to jump off the safety talk for now. Thank you guys for popping in and enjoying that safety talk. That was awesome. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to close that. And we're back to the chat. I can see you, chat. Hi, sweetheart. Yep, she's just sitting here. Yeah, we don't have to go crazy long, guys. I may just try to wrap this up in 20 minutes, because that way, an hour and a half stream, get it out of the way, show off the little, backdrop. We talk about some stuff. I really want to make sure that I can lock in and get this watch along awesome tomorrow, and then get a lot of other stuff done. I'm really gonna look into what I got to do to get myself prepared for a 24-hour stream next weekend, because I will go for it. I'll go for 24 hours. If we can push ourselves over 100 in that 24, I will. I just want to have StreamYard set up, because then I'm on multiple platforms when that happens. But we're trying to keep it short today. But if you guys are watching, if you're joining right now, it is currently 3:01 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being still up. We do have one more topic, really. And that topic will be UFC 250 Freedom, guys. I did have already made some picks on a show or so ago. But we are going to look up... we're going to pull up the fight real quick and look at it again real quick. All right, guys, let me get you over here. All right, we're gonna look at UFC Freedom 250, guys. I'm a big combat sports fan. I love combat sports fan. If there's one thing I could not cover, I mean, if I could not talk Broncos, if this could not be a Broncos show, then I would immediately just be all sports, and I would make sure that UFC was what I would do every weekend, because they usually have a fight almost every weekend, every year. Some weeks, there's none, but most of the time there's something. But guys, here we go. So here we are with this fight card. It's not a big fight card. Very there you go. So it's a solid fight card. I'm excited for it, guys. I picked in my last, when I made when I called my shots, I picked Derek Lewis over Josh Hokic, but the Incredible Hulk, as he called himself in the press conference today. Not a lot of people know about Josh Hokic, but man, the man played for the 49ers. He played for the Cardinals. He was a pretty solid player. Rushed for a lot of yards in college. Solid, and then he has been just killing it at heavyweight. 9-0 versus 29-13 with Derek Lewis. This is part of why I wanted to reevaluate this, is because I called my shots and I said Derek Lewis. Now I think this one is leaning 50-50 for me. A lot of people want to see Derek Lewis shut him up. Josh is just talking nonstop, but all Derek Lewis wants to do is do this. He just wants to do this to Josh. He just wants to make him hear crickets and knock him out. And Derek Lewis, if you play with that food, if you play with Derek Lewis in that first round or two, he can really get you. But he slows down. towards the end of that second, beginning of the third, he really does slow down. I think that Derek is still, no matter what, like the man has like the most knockouts, I believe. So the man's got to be respected. But there's something about Josh, like, and Josh even said it. I think it was with his media scrum with Daniel Cormier. I do think that Josh even said it. You know, he said, "I may be stupid, but I'm not stupid enough to just stand there and bang with Derek Lewis." So I got this vibe because he won like 5th place or something like that at like the NCAA national championships for wrestling. I think that Josh is going to be a legitimate threat to Derek Lewis, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see him like mix it up in this fight. He's still gonna bang a little bit. He's still gonna throw, but I think you're gonna see him at times maybe, you know, get into that clinch, maybe try to drag and get Derek down. The way I have that Derek Lewis fight, and see, I'm starting in the middle of the card just because this is the one fight I really felt like I gotta change my opinion on. So I am changing my take on one fight, and that is this Derek Lewis Josh Hokett fight. I had Derek Lewis by knockout last time. I have very much changed my opinion to Josh Hokett by ground and pound round 2. That's what I got. Ground and pound round 2. I think that's I kind of see it happening. I can totally see Derek knocking him out, guys. Derek has, you know, just one punch knockout power. He has the most like knockouts, I think, for a heavyweight or just in general in the UFC. So Derek Lewis can knock him out. But Josh has some crazy athleticism. The man is an athlete. He may be a character, and the man does not stop talking, but he is an athlete. He is a pure athlete. This man, again, crazy football player, and it's underrated by his, you know, his mouth and how he's put himself up against like that the Curtis Blades fight recently. You know, that's really helped propel him. But yeah, in terms of this fight, guys, I really do got. Man, I got Josh. I changed my vote, and you know, if Derek Lewis wins, it's my fault. But I changed my choice from from Derek to Josh, and it's just because after Josh said, you know, that he's not stupid enough to stand and bang, I got this vibe that, you know, there's going to be some clinching and there's going to be some ground and pounding. He's going to try to take him down. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, guys, we got a cat. We got a sweet lady. Yep. No, hi, sweet lady. Hi. What are you doing? Okay. All right, that was fun while it lasted. But yeah, guys, so I'm changing my pick. I'm changing my pick right here on Josh Hokett and Derek Lewis. I'm taking Josh Hokett second round, ground and pound. He's got to survive that real first round and a half with Derek. It's going to get rough, but yeah. So let's go back down here. We're going to step down to Steve Garcia and Diego Lopez. I did have Diego Lopez winning. Did not say how. I'm going to say it now. And I'm going to go with a third round decision. I mean, just a decision. Decision victory. I think it goes the distance. I think he wins. So I think he's going to win with a decision victory. Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins. I got Bo Nickel with a submission. And I got it in the second round. And also, Bo Nickel, him and Josh actually faced each other in the NCAA championship or something. It was in one of these NCAA tournaments or something. But these two faced each other, and I mean, Bo won, of course. Bo's like one of the best wrestlers out there. I mean, he's only 8-1, but that's because he's young and he's growing. Bo is on his way to becoming a champion. He's on his way to becoming a champion, and that's why I really have him finding his way and dealing with Kyle. I think he's going to handle Dawkins. I think Bo's going to go up to 9-1. He's going to bump that winning streak up a little bit. But yeah, so him and Josh actually went off against each other in college, and
while Bo won, Josh went all out. He went all out, and he's still a great wrestler. Great wrestler, probably a better wrestler than Derek Lewis. That's just my opinion, because Derek was never a wrestler. He's always been a striker. And Derek's made some effort in his training the last few years, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for Josh's athleticism. And I think Josh is going to get Derek on the ground. All right, so we're back here to Bo Nickel and Kyle Dawkins. I do have Bo Nickel, like I said, second round submission. Marsurio Rufi, and then Michael Chandler, guys. I picked Michael Chandler last time. I'm still going with Michael Chandler, but I don't feel good about it. I'm going Michael Chandler TKO. But I do not feel good about it, and I think if it goes the distance, he loses. I think that a Michael Chandler TKO would feel really awesome for UFC freedom, especially him on the White House. I would love. He's a great guy. I love Michael Chandler. I would love to see him get the win. Not an easy task against him. Wouldn't be surprised if he took the L either. So, of all these fights, guys, these two scare me the most, personally. I feel good about Diego Lopez. I don't feel good about Chandler and Rufi, and I don't feel good about Bo Nickel and Kyle Dawkins. I mean, I do feel good about Bo Nickel. It's it's the Lewis whole kick fight and the Rufi Chandler fight. Because I do think that while Josh can pull it out, Lewis could knock him out easy, and while I think that Chandler could maybe pull it out, and that's what my heart tells me. Heart tells me Chandler. Brain says opponent. I go with my heart on this one, but these two could go either way. So keep your guys out in this stream tomorrow. That this fight could go either way between these guys, and it's gonna be a fun fight. This is a good card, guys. Don't let politics, look, guys, see, all you do, when you search this, all that pops up is the politics side of this. And I understand, everyone's entitled to their opinions. I am not going to get into my political takes on this. All I'm going to say is that it's happening no matter what now. So we're in for some banger fights, and let's just enjoy that we got some banger fights. So that's just my take on that, guys. I'm not going to get political about it. I'm excited about it. And I do think that, these two are going to be tight. I'm taking O'Malley against Zabibi, against Amon. I do have O'Malley against Amon. I think that O'Malley's going to get a TKO. I got TKO round 3. All right, guys. So we are now creeping on the co-main and the main. And the thing is, guys, all of these fights are easily UFC fight nights on their own fight night. On their own night. You can put all of these as fight night cards if they needed to be. And these all could be main events. So this is why it's a great card, is because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 main events on one card. That's how it looks. So it's a great card. I give the UFC and Sean Shelby and all them, their props for how they do their matchmaking and all that. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. Cyril Gane, Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira, guys, big thing. And then, first of all, I did want to say, we'll get through these predictions, and then I got a few more things, but I have 2 takes on this, at least talking points on UFC 250 we're going to get into. But specifically, guys, Alex Pereira and Cyril Gane. Shama is Alex Pereira. He's a 2-division champion right now. He's a 2-division champion. Is he going to be the first 3-division champion? Is he going to do it? The man has got the most deadly hands out there. He's got a tough matchup with Cyril Gane. Cyril's been up, and he's been through it these last few years. He's come really back down to earth after he came onto the scene. He blew onto the scene, and then Cyril really has come down to the earth. But I do think that Alex Pereira, and they weighed in, of course, today, and Alex weighed in heavier. But Alex is so terrifying, guys. I think if this fight stays standing, Alex is going to knock him out. He's going to knock him out, and because of that reason, I have Alex Pereira round 2 knockout, just straight knockout. However, Cyril Gane, his best path to victory is use that jiu-jitsu. He has a jiu-jitsu background, and he's been doing jiu-jitsu longer than Alex. So if you're Cyril Gane, use that jiu-jitsu. You want to try to fucking get... I swore again. Guys, I keep swearing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, I swore again. Can you believe that? Man, I guess maybe that's what happens when I start talking about UFC fights. I don't know. But no, guys, Cyril's best path is to take this fight to the ground, because this is the man, the one man in the world. You do not want to stand and fight this guy, no matter who you are. You can have 3 guys with you, and he's knocking the other 2 out before you blink. So do not bet against Alex Pereira and his hands. You know, here's your weight. I know the weight's different right here, guys. It says 205, 247. I think the weights actually were 248 or something like that for Cyril. And Alex Pereira came in at like 251 or 252 today. So he weighed in great. Cyril has the reach. So that there is that. That's a big deal, that he has the reach. I don't know if he can use it, and I think Alex is going to be faster. Alex is going to be a lot faster still. So with Cyril, I say Cyril's best path is to take this to the ground. Alex can easily, if Cyril tries to go for a takedown or something, Alex can blast him with those knees. So I got Alex round 2 knockout. I think that's one of the more sure bets on this card. I think Alex round 2 knockout. That's what I got for you guys. Cyril's best path is to take this man down and just do what you can to win it on the ground and keep him down there. Big main event, guys. Big main event. Ilia Topuria, 17-0. The Matador. The pride of Georgia. Spain. I think he's from Spain. My bad. I had Georgia on my mind. I'm thinking Marab. All right, guys. And then versus Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje. Everyone knows Justin Gaethje, Mr. Stand and Bang. He's gonna sit in there and he's just gonna throw. You don't want to take a punch or a kick from this man. They say they hurt quite a bit. I imagine they do. In terms of, age, Topuria is much younger. Gaethje's 37. Gaethje's getting up there in age. Height. You're giving the height to Gaethje. You're giving the height to Gaethje, guys. Weight, they're both, 155. You're giving the length, at least the reach to Gaethje. But Topuria, there's a reason why he's 17-0, guys. Topuria has been a grim reaper at featherweight and then lightweight. So he's been a monster. Topuria, man, he is probably the favorite for sure. I do think that there's a path for Gaethje to win, and that's if Topuria doesn't take this to the ground. I think Topuria is good enough to knock him out. I think Topuria is good enough to choke him out. Gaethje needs to really just knock him out. Gaethje has to come in. Gaethje... Sorry, guys, the mic cut out. Cat likes to keep bumping it. No, so I think Gaethje's best bet is to, find a way to bait Ilia into a bad position and get him to swing. I really think that Ilia is still the favorite, and this fight still favors him. I don't know how many people feel about this. I got Ilia. I don't think that O goes away. I think he stays 17-0. I think Ilya has been changing the game. I think he's by far one of the best fighters in the world. His fighting, it's so clean. Everything he does is so clean, proficient, and effective. This guy knows what he's doing. I think that Ilya is by far the favorite. I got Ilya. I'm going with knockout round 4. I got Ilya knockout round 4. That's what I got. Gaethje doesn't get knocked out like that. We saw Max do it to him. I don't know if Ilya is going to get to do it to him, but I don't know. I just got this feeling Ilya is just going to keep the win. It's the safe money, but there's a lot of people rooting for Gaethje, and you can't deny why. All right, 2 things, guys. Fight of the night. Who on here do we think is going to be fight of the night? Right here. That's your fight of the night, baby. I can't even say anyone else. This will be the fight of the night. Someone's getting knocked out fast. If not fast, they're going to keep banging. These two will bang. Josh will throw until he drops. Same with Derek. My thing is the longer this goes on, it does favor Josh. But that first round, you better hope that you can avoid. You better hope that you can avoid some of those bricks that Derek Lewis is throwing at you, because those fists are like bricks, and Derek's got the reach on that match. So just be aware of that. But yeah, that's, in my opinion, is your fight of the night. And in terms of performance bonus or your performance of the night, I don't know. Sometimes they do multiples. But in terms of performance of the night, guys, I think it's one of these two. I think it's Alex or Ilya. It's one of these two. I don't know who to tell you, but I'm going to make sure I keep track and see if I'm right. If in fact, this becomes fight of the night, and if in fact, Ilya or if Ilya or Alex, get a performance of the night. Because I think that it's going to be one of these two for that performance, and your fight nights, these guys. This is going to be the most entertaining fight on that card, and it has the chance to be the shortest fight on the card, too. This fight could be over in 45 seconds or less. But I'm just excited, guys. We're going to jump back onto the screen real quick, and we're going to go from there. All right, guys. What's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's having a great night. If you're in the chat, say what's up. We are currently 1 hour and 33 minutes into this show. We're going to go for a little bit longer, and then eventually we're going to get ourselves out of here. We got some stuff to do. We're going to definitely be popping on to a watch-along tomorrow and enjoying some banger UFC fights. I did invite someone over. We'll see if I have a guest here tomorrow. As my first guest in the studio. I try to have people in the studio, and I want to have people in the studio. I would love if any of these Bronco creators, if you're ever in Vegas, hit me up. You can come. We'll do a show in my studio. My studio ain't great, but I'll offer my resources, my screens. I'll offer my stuff to you guys. I would love to have shows in here. Yeah, thank you guys for being in. There's been a lot of people that's popped in, or at least checked it out. Said what's up. I'm excited for these fights, guys. I'm excited for the chance to grow and practice using these UFC fights. And I hope you guys liked the intro this time. I was just wanting to see how I could mess with things differently, and I thought that was a little fun. So we'll just see how it looks again when I play it back. But I did do the intro a little differently. Let's see, guys. Honestly, I think it's better that we call it in like 5 minutes. We'll call it in 5 minutes, just so we can really lock in and get some stuff done. I'm hungry. I just worked an 8-hour shift, and I am home, and I'm hungry. I would like to eat. We did get this awesome flag, guys, one last time. Big shout out, to Still Up Sports. We're getting better.
Our backdrops are getting better. Everything's looking nicer and cooler. There you go, guys. Let's pull this up. Bam. Let's move this a little further. There you go, guys. You can see it right there. Man, hashtag still up sports. I love it. These creases will leave soon. But man, it looks great. It's thick. Great quality. I love it, guys. It's become one of my favorite parts of the set, real quick. Yeah, guys, we had a great discussion tonight. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. We're going to check out Goonsville one more time real quick. Just before we cut out of here, I would love to check out Goonsville one more time. Let's see. All right, so we're going to check out the catalog real quick, because look at all these awesome options, guys. You know, if you're a Golden Knights fan, you know, go get yourself this gold and black hat. I own it. It's my running hat. It's my It's my favorite of all the hats, but because of it and it being my running hat, there's certain occasions I don't wear it because it's a running hat and it's a little sweaty. But look at all these options, guys. You can go get the same mesh beanie for $20. So single mesh, man. It's embroidered, fully embroidered. You know, great stitching. I need to go get me this, the Eclipse shirt. But look, it's not in an XL. So I'm going to have to maybe ask Petros and be like, you know, what shirts you got, man, and what's in XLs? Because I could use a little package on some shirts. So me and you, Petros, we might have to talk about some shirts, man. I may need at least 2 or 3 new Goonsville shirts. And then I want to get me a polo or 2, man. And we need to get some still up stuff going. All right, guys. Go check out Goonsville. Go check out this awesome catalog. You know, it keeps going too. You know, there's more here. You know, you got these awesome shirts right here. See, I could go get me some of these shirts right here. You know, they got some great ones. Petros is always cooking up some heat, man. He's been busy, but he's been working on you know, look at this. I mean, if you're a medium or small, go get that shirt. You know, for $20. If you're a medium or small, great deal. If you're a small or medium, you can clean out some of these awesome, or get some of these awesome color waves that, you know, he has in smaller sizes. And then again, if you're a Bronco fan, go get the Mile High Orange and Navy. I love my Mile High Orange and Navy, man. It's one of my favorite pieces of game day gear. I love it. So you got a little more. You got the white right there. But yeah, guys, go check out Goonsville. Look at all this awesome clothes, awesome catalog. He's going to get more stuff up there, I'm sure. It would help. I'm sure it would probably help if we help him get some of these other things sold, so then he can free up some space on this site. You know, if you know someone that loves pink and gold corduroy, look at that. If you know a girl that would love that and loves pink, that's great. It looks sick. Goonsville knows what they're doing, guys. I don't have to really say much about it. Petros knows what he's doing. Goonsville knows what they're doing. They're making great clothing, great gear. Look at these reviews. Look at that. You know, perfect for a Golden Knights game. Every day's Halloween with this gem of a hoodie, you know. Yep, that one's me. But yeah, guys, go support Goonsville. Goonsville's family. You know, we love to support people who own their craft, and Goonsville's been supportive of us. So, Petros, thank you for all you do, man. I appreciate you. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We're going to call it a short stream tonight, and short in my eyes is ending it maybe an hour earlier than I wanted. But that's only because I want to get this watch along for tomorrow really set up and planned. And then besides that, we're going to probably, like, I'm 90% sure, like I've said it on a few of the other streams, that we're going to do a 24-hour stream on the weekend. Not this weekend, because I got stuff to do and my weekend's short this weekend. But next weekend, I think I might do a 24-hour stream. I think it would be a great way to try to send us over
that like requirement, those likes that we're trying to get. I think that would be fun. So let's try to do that. Let's try to do a 24-hour stream next weekend. Our next episode will be on Monday. Monday will be our next episode, but we are going to be back later today for this watch along for the UFC Freedom 250 guys. We'll still be taking Broncos questions. We'll be talking whatever you guys want. Anything on your mind, whether it's sports related, whatever, you guys know you can drop it in the comments and we'll answer. Also, we want to give a big shout out to everyone that's been supportive and help me out. Like, Mike, I know that from Mile High Monsters, just thank you for popping in every once in a while, even just leaving a comment. You know how like the likes and comments help the algorithm, so it means a lot when I see your little comment on there. I try to do my best to go support and shout out everyone else too. Big shout out to Manly Broncos on Twitter. Big shout out to Mile High Huddle. Big shout out to Brandon Perna. Big shout out to DMVR. Big shout out to Broncos Europe. Big shout out to Orange and Blue Network. Big shout out to Kodiak Broncos, Marquee Sports. All these creators, guys. So many Broncos creators, and it's not even a competitive thing. At least on my end. Maybe it's because I'm at the bottom, but I don't feel a competitive thing here. I see nothing but support and everyone liking and resharing each other's content, pushing each other's content, being supportive of each other. That's why I love Broncos country. And even if I do a 24-hour long stream in this next week or so, I do think that maybe one of these years, or at least one of these months, I want to do a long, that crazy, 88-hour stream to honor DT, and I would love to do that with all these other creators. That's just something to talk about in the future, guys. I'm going to head out of here. There's not much to talk about. I'll be up with you guys later. We're going to be talking later. I'm going to go eat. We're going to go relax and get some stuff done. I'm going to be sitting here on the camera. On the computer for a little bit still anyway. So just want to say thank you guys for showing up here and being with me. Without, your guys' support and viewers like you, it makes this stuff possible. And just to be here and knowing that we're normalizing something and we're doing something different. No matter how it comes out right now, we're the only ones doing it, which means we get to change the narrative. We get to choose how this looks and how this feels, and we're setting how the game goes on the weekend, and not on the weekend, but at nighttime. How this happens at nighttime, we're the ones who choose how it goes. So thank you guys for being still up with me. You guys have a wonderful day. Your time is currently 3:32 a.m. I hope you guys have a great night. Normally we'll go on these late night streams for a little hour, an hour more at least, to 4:30 a.m. Mountain Time. But we're calling it quits a little early. It is the off season. We got a lot of stuff planned, a lot of big plans, a lot of stuff coming up that I can't wait to talk about. But we're gonna just call it quits, guys. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.